Hey friends, it's Robert. So today I have a fun kid-friendly DIY project for you. I want to show you how you can make your own custom-shaped crayons that look like miniature cupcakes and full-size candy bars. And if you like this project and you want to see more, I invite you to check out my kid-friendly DIY playlist and subscribe to my own channel by following the link in the video description below. Now, when I was a kid, I went through dozens of boxes of crayons. I'd color with them till they got down to those little nibs that you could hardly hold, and then those pieces would hang around on the bottom of the crayon box. Well, this DIY is a perfect way to recycle all of those odds and end crayon pieces, or even to take new crayons and create great new shapes with them. I found this wonderful little silicone mold that looks like the top and bottom pieces of a cupcake, and that's what we're going to be using to create our first set of crayons. I'll include a source and a link for it in the video description below. You can create these cupcakes in any color combination you'd like, but what I've done is gathered together a couple of different shades of brown to create some chocolate cupcakes, a couple different shades of yellow to create some lemon cupcakes, and then an assortment of colors to create the frosting. You're going to begin by peeling off the paper wrapper from around the exterior of the crayon. You can either do this by hand, or an adult can take a craft knife, create a slit down the side, and peel it off in one piece. Once all of your crayons are unwrapped, we want to break them down into small pieces. Again, you can do this by hand, or an adult can take that same craft knife and slice them down into small bits. Once all of your crayons are broken down, it's time to fill the mold. You want to fill the molds all the way to the top and then add a little bit more. As the wax melts, it'll fill in all of those spaces and sink down into the mold. Preheat your oven to 325 degrees. Place a piece of parchment paper on top of a baking sheet and put your mold on top of that. Now place it into the oven for 8 minutes. At the 8-minute mark, check to make sure all of the wax has melted. If it has, you can remove it, set it aside, and allow it to cool. However, if you've noticed that the wax has melted all the way to the top of the mold, you may want to consider turning off your oven and allowing it to cool inside. Moving it prematurely may cause some of the wax to pour over the sides of the mold. Once the wax is completely cooled and hardened, you can gently press on the back of the molds to release the individual pieces. Now, to combine the frosting pieces with the cake pieces, I'm just using some white craft glue. Place a little bit of glue on top of the cake and press the frosting down on top. Give it just a few minutes to dry. I love these miniature cupcake crayons, but I want to create a second set of crayons that look like a full-size candy bar. Again, I'm going to be using a silicone mold. This one looks exactly like a candy bar, complete with those indentations that will allow us to break it down into individual pieces. For the crayon candy bar, I'm going to be using a rainbow of colors. Again, you want to peel all of your crayons and then break them down into small pieces. Once your crayon pieces are completely broken down, it's time to fill the mold. Start at one end and work your way all the way to the other end. Fill it all the way to the top and then add a little extra. Preheat your oven to 325 degrees. Now place your mold on top of a parchment-lined baking sheet. Place it in the oven for 8 minutes. At the 8-minute mark, check to make sure that the wax is melted. Again, once the wax is melted, you may want to consider just turning off your oven and allowing the crayon to cool inside. Once the wax is completely cooled and hardened, you can press gently on the backside of the mold to release it. I love these candy bar crayons because you can break them down into individual pieces just like individual crayons and access all of those great colors. One fun way to present these is to wrap them in aluminum foil just like an actual candy bar. You can then create a simple paper wrapper, write the recipient's name on top, wrap it around the candy bar, and tape it in place. These would make a great gift when paired with a coloring book. They'd also make fantastic party favors. I do hope that you and the kids in your life will give this project a try, have fun creating your own unique color combinations, and then coloring with the end result. Thank you so much for watching, and please join me next time for another fun DIY project.